Hello, hi, good morning for everyone. Yes, it's Miriam speaking. Um, Before we start, um, let me remind you to, if you like my videos, yes, say that you like them and spread the word, you know, share my videos if you think that's going to be good for someone. And yes, and let's learn together. Yeah. Today I'm finishing the last card of the Arcana, and after that I'm gonna be doing other type of videos, talking with you, um, you know, giving more insights about life and what you can do to get it better. Probably giving more spells so you can learn a little more about spells, about the transformation that the planet is going through right now. And yeah, there is a lot to talk about it, a lot. I'm not going to start here because otherwise I will divert my speech today. But there is a lot going on in the spiritual realm, so you can study about it also. So yes, today you arrived finally in the last card of the Major Arcana. The Fool has been going through a lot. He has been learning, has been going through a lot of different experiences, falling some ones, gaining knowledge in another dimensions and in another paths, going from one carriage to the another carriage in the train, jumping from one city to another. Yes, that's the way you do in our journey in life. You're just jumping from one city to another, from one carriage from another carriage. So it's amazing. If you think about the journey of our life, it's like this. From one station to another station, you're always jumping from one city to another. You go to the canteen and you come back, and yes, that's the journey of our life. And then when you arrive finally in the station and you have to get out, take another train to another journey, and then is when everything starts. So that's why you arrive here, the last card of the Major Arcana. This card is called the World. Yes. In the Mystic Tarot, the one I'm studying with you, the Mystic Tarot portrays Hermaphrodite, the last god of the cards of the world. Well, yeah, Hermaphrodite is the female-male entity. And I'm going to show you the card for you, okay? That is the card of the world. It portrays the hermaphrodite in the middle. Is a serpent around, which means the eternity, and also it means the earth, Mother Gaia. Okay, and the shape that the serpent did, eating its own tail, is the egg, which is the universe. It is the spiritual world. It is the father. Because the earth, the serpent is the mother, and the shape it does is the father, is the female and male also. Is the heavens and earth together to create, to born new life, new matter. Okay? So, and apart from that, at the sides of the eggs, there is the 4 deities that forms the other packs of the tarot card. You can see down below the cup, that is Aphrodite or Aphrodite, that rules the pack of love. And the other side is Zeus, the god. And it portrays the pentacles. And we have on top, on the sword that belongs to Athena, the god of justice. Not justice, the god of justice. And the god of the and they called her also, let me see if I wrote it down. I probably did. Oh, I'm in the wrong page. Aphrodite, what is the Aphrodite here? The wisdom. Aphrodite, no, the Athena, the wisdom, and the, because she, when she does the judgment, she has to be very, very clever. She has to have the wisdom to do this judgment. That's why her Athena portrays in this pack the wisdom. It's a very difficult pack, the sword one, on the tarot card. But it's Athena, the cup of the wisdom and the justice. And then on the other side is the wands. And the wands card is portrayed by Poseidon, and the god of the deep sea, and the god of the earthquakes. So that's why the volcanoes come from. When he's not very happy, he decides, okay, I'm gonna get out and do some job up in the surface of the planet. So that's why it's the fire. Okay. So here we go with our last card of the Major Arcana. So who is Hermaphrodite? Okay, this god is son of Hermes and Aphrodite. Okay, there is two versions of how he became the hermaphrodite, the two male and female together. The first one is that he was born male and female. Okay, he was already born like this with the two sexes, and because he was born from first from illicit relationship, because Aphrodite had a husband, and then she cheated with Hermes, and then comes this little beautiful creature. And the other version is that Aphrodite has to hide the child because it was an illicit relationship. So she didn't want anyone to discover what she did. So she hid the child and gave the child to nymphs, to care for the child and to raise up the child. So he was raised in a mountain by the nymphs. I think it's called Ida, the place where he grows up with the Ida nymphs. So he was beautiful, handsome boy, very handsome. So he likes to go around. He was very close to himself. He was very shy boy, and his pleasure was to go around the mountains and the forests and walking around, wandering around. That's the only thing he loves to do, is wandering around. And one day he arrived by a beautiful, beautiful lake, wonderful lake, and the waters were so fresh and beautiful that he decided to have a bath. He decided to have a swim. So he took all his clothes and then he jumped. He was a boy, okay? So he jumped on the water and he was swimming and feeling this pleasure in his body. And suddenly the ruler or the keeper of the lake come around, and she was also a nymph. So she looked at him and she fell in love immediately with that beautiful, handsome man swimming on her waters. It was her waters. And then she fell in love with him. And then she started to, showing herself and talking to him and, insinuating and trying to conquer him, trying to seduce him. But he refuses her, even because he was very shy and he was not interested. Probably the hermaphrodite inside him was already coming up. So she was insinuating, and then she decided to give a more, approach to him. And then she embraced him on the water. She was also in the water swimming with him. So she embraced him and she kissed him all over. And then he still rejected her. He was, feeling like a repulse for her. So in that moment in time, she was so deep affected by his refusing her, rejecting her, and at the same time her love was so intense in that moment that she cried. She cried for the gods and said, "Gods, may that man and I be united forever, and may anything come between me and him." And what happened at that moment? Because he was a god, she was a nymph, she had the power of prophecy. So when she said that, the both clung together and then became one, female and male together. And that's one of the myths, okay? There is so two myths in this story, and both of them can be related to us in our reality today. And you're going to understand this, why Hermaphrodite is the ruler of this card of the world in the mystic tarot. Okay? Okay. What that means to us. What Hermaphrodite means to us. It means the end of our journey is gonna be the holiness of us, because in the upper world there is no female or male, or there is both in one, because you can become one or another, or you can become the two, because today there is people that are born with these two sides, and even people tried so hard to hide this from the centuries and millenniums. We know that there is people like they are born like this. They have the two sides inside them. They are born male, but they have the female side very strong, and that's why they turn in gays. And there is the ladies that have a very strong connection with the male inside them, because we are born with the two sides. We are female and male. But the thing is, we, by our glands, by the DNA of our body, you turn to one side or another. Okay? It's for the sake of surviving, for the sake of procreation. But inside us, we have the power of both sides. And I remember every time I was in the church, it's still on the church, every time they had some prophecy towards me, they all called me woman, never called me like servant or whatever, but always called me woman. And once one of them said, "I gave you the face and the strength of a man." So I have this one inside me. I am very strong. I have a female body. I am very female in my behavior. I'm not gay at all. I'm not lesbian at all. But I have this strongness, the force of the male side on me is very strong. So I am a fighter, yeah. And then there is lots of women in our history. They were fighters like this. They were very strong and portrayed as a strong male side on them. And even being completely 100% girls or woman, they have this strongness. That's the hermaphrodite card is about. Is at the end of the journey you discover how strong we are for the girls, and for the male, how sweet they can be, how not sweet, I'm gonna say how sensitive they can be when we finish the journey. So it's for both sides of us. The female side realizes how strong they are, and the male side realize that they can be emotional also, they can be sensitive also, they can have intuition also. Because normally intuition is given to the woman and the rationality is given to the man. But at the end of our journey, at the end of our life, we discover that we have both inside us. Men discover that can be intuitive also, can be sensitive also, they can cry also, it's okay. And girls that can be strong and determined and, focus on what they want to do. So that's what the hermaphrodite card means. And if you can go further on the hermaphrodite card, and you see that the world today full of the third sex, let's call it like that. So we can be more accepting more and be less judgmental towards people that has this physically two sides. I myself, I'm very open to this. I have a lot of friends that they are females, and I respect them very much, and especially respect the suffering they go through in order to be what they are. There is a lot of suffering on the path. They have to go through a lot of pain, not just emotional pain, but physical pain also. They have to have all these treatments, all this counseling. It's a lot of time spending on trying to balance themselves. So when you go through this and you learn about this, that can be something naturally done, naturally come, because if you think that hermaphrodite was born like this, then you can see that these people have just to conform themselves to the way they were born, accepting themselves, embracing themselves, love themselves the way they are. And doing it in our society is not easy. Is a struggle, is a challenge. So if you think like that, if you put the meat of the hermaphrodite in this context of being born like this, then you can be more soft on the matter. You can open your mind more and accept more. Okay? If you see the meat of the second option, that love transform that male in both hermaphrodite body. So it was love. It was not lust, or people say, "Oh, this is lack of respect or whatever." No, it's not. Sometimes it is how. First, because he probably inside himself was already having this DNA, this seed of being a hermaphrodite, because he was already rejecting the other sex. So probably he was already going through this stage, but it didn't manifest yet on his age. He was 15 when this happened. So she has to come along, the female side of him has to come along and show it to him and embrace him and pray for the gods to help. And then they have the fusion of both female and masculine and feminine. Okay, I'm just putting the seed of thoughts in you so you can be more open. Okay? Sometimes they don't choose to be like that. They are born like that. So you have to respect. Yes? So then we divert a little about the card, but it's because I felt that we need to be more open. So yes, positive, negative, female and male, and the opposite united, and the polarity being put in together, be, mixed together, close together, be one. So when you saw the judgment card, when Hermes has to guide the souls, one to reincarnation, or stay in the womb of hearts for a little longer so it can learn and can decide it. Because some people, when they manage to finish a challenge, sometimes they don't cut the lessons that has to be understood and embraced. So they have to have a time out so they can actually absorb what have been showing to them, have been experimenting, and without being embraced. So some people have to have this time out. So it's okay to have this time out. If you go through a experiment or experience, like let's do an example here. If you have a broken down on your relationship, so in order for you to understand what was going on, what's happening in that moment, why it happens the way it happens, you have to have a time out. You have to close yourself to yourself, be in that moment of no one there, just you and you and you alone, to digest what happens and take the better lesson so you don't repeat the mistake again. Waiting for the right time to understand and to embrace and to absorb what happened. I got about 2-3 years after my broken marriage to feel that I was ready for another relationship. Actually, I spent more than that because I was just 12 years married when everything started breaking down. And then it was about 5 years later that I had my next relationship that lasted for 7 years. And then it broke up because of a lot of circumstances. Not by my wish, because of his side. And then I spent about 5 years to recover from this 7 years with this guy. And then now I am in another relationship, and I hope it works for the rest of my days, because I don't want to spend another 5 years recovering from another one, another breaking one. So yes, I need this long period of time to recover myself and digest what happened and try to overcome the pain, etc. So I am the type of being in the hearts underworld for longer than some other people. Some other people 6 months and it's in another relationship. I'm not like that. I have more time to recover. So some people is like going, reincarnated straight away. No, I don't need that time out. I'm okay. I learn all my lessons. I don't need to, wait anything and then go straight to another reincarnation. I'm talking about everything, situations, etc. I am like that in my relationships, in my emotions. I'm not like that in another fields. I can every year I have a project for my house. Every year I do a new project for my house. I always improving my house all the time. So I don't have but even then it's every year, every spring. I need to have some time off to recover financially so I can do another project. So you have sometimes to have the time out and time off. You put it so we can recover and go through another one. So it's okay if it happens. If you are okay to live with yourself, if you are okay with yourself, then it is okay to go through this. The isolation time, the solitary time, it's okay. Okay? So when Hermes takes the guy to the reincarnation or to the next project, we are ready to start again. That's why in the card is egg. Because at the same time that this card, the world, is the end of the journey, that portrays the beginning of a new one. Can you see the hermaphrodite dancing in the middle of the egg? He's like a fetus. He's a new baby, preparing to come out and jump to the cliff again. Which means it's a no-ending journey. We as a soul, we have a no-ending journey. It never ends because you never learn everything in one go. You have to have many, many ones to learn. I can see it in myself. I can see it on my reality today, that I'm not going to be able to accomplish all the knowledge and all the lessons I want to learn. I know it. I know it. My conscious know it. It's not even in the unconscious mind anymore. It traveled already from my unconscious to my conscious. I dig it already, and I have this knowledge came in because all the knowledge you have got about this field is in your unconscious, is in your DNA. It's put there by Hermes. Can you see how Hermes is linked to us? The magic world is linked to us. He was in the beginning of the journey with the foe, and he's in the end of the journey with the foe, and he's on the egg, because hermaphrodite is son of the love and the magic. Can you see the link? In this mystic tarot, in the mystic tarot, the world is in the mystic tarot is the son of the Hermes, the magic, the magician, or the judgment, and Aphrodite is the god of love. So this knowledge was put in our DNA by the magic, the magician. So I already brought this knowledge from my unconscious to my conscious. So I am conscious now that I'm not going to be able to finish my journey now. You have to come back again, as I know I'm not going to be able to finish my job in my house, because now I want a bigger house, I want a new project, and it's going to take more from me, that I have to spend more time, I have to do more things, I have to create it more, my brain has to be a little more active in order for me to handle and to administrate something bigger. There's some thinking that I want to have right now. I decided it about 6-7 months ago. I decided I want a bigger project now. I finished the project of this house. I don't have anything to improve bigger than the way I wanted. So I need to have a bigger house. So I am asking from the spiritual world to give me a bigger project now, because I'm ready to go for a bigger step, because I have been learning with these small steps. So by the way I'm behaving here in this reality that is Miriam now, I know I am going to behave in my spiritual helm also. I want a bigger project next time. Whoa, more responsibility? Yes. But I am learning now to have more responsibilities. And then, if you think like that, you are going to go to the Bible again. Let's go to the Bible again. And what the Bible said? There is some histories in the Bible about this. Can I tell you what? Okay, one of the stories is, it goes like this. A man decided, okay, to go. He has a big farm, and he decided that he wanna go around the planet, around the world. And then he said, okay, I'm gonna be out to his servants, but I want my kingdom, my place, to run as I was here. So I'm gonna give you to 5 of you a project. I'm gonna put that way because in the Bible say that they are gonna give talents. That's a type of money on those days. But I'm gonna say in another way so you can understand. Okay? So this man, this rich man, gave to 4 of them some tasks to do, so his kingdom will run smoothly during the time he's out. So he gave to one project, the other one he gave 2 projects, the other one he gave 3 projects, the other one he gave 5 projects, and the other one he gave 4 projects, 5 projects. Okay. So after a long time, very long time, about 20 years, he came back. Well, most of them was expecting him to come back, because he spent so long that no, he died in the journey, he's not gonna come back, and then yeah. So the first one said, put the project that he did on his drawer. There is drawer behind. He put it on the drawer, the project. The second one decided to do the project halfway, and then when the master was taking too long, he forgot the project, so he went halfway of the project. And the third one said, oh, I knew you were very tough, and then I decided to take the money you gave me for the project, and I put on the safe, and your money is there, you can take it. It's yours. And the fourth one said, okay, I knew you were very tough, so I run some people to do the job, and they have done a little, but didn't have done much, so here is you, it belongs to you, and a little of the what's the name when you do something and then reward. This is a little more reward, and then the saves is there, and then you have a little more, not much, but about 2-3% of what you left, it's there, it's yours. And then the 5 number that he had more project to do. He had 5 projects to do. And he came to the owner and said, here is the double what you gave me. You gave me 5, I'm giving you back 10. He didn't bother if the master was taking too long. He didn't bother if the master was tough or no, if he was horrible or no. He didn't matter nothing. He wants for himself to do the best, because it was himself, it was his pride in there. He said, no, I want to give my best, because if I run this business, and if it is good, it's going to be blessing for me. I'm going to have my place to stay. I'm going to have my life is going to run marvelous, and I'm going to have respect for everyone, and then I will be okay. The reward is going to be great. My richness is going to be double, so I'm going to do it for myself also, not for him, but I'm going to do for myself. And he did the best, and he doubled what the master had gave to him. And the master was saying, well done, well done. And then they took from the other 4 and gave to that one. So now he didn't have 10 projects to do, he did 15 now. And that's what I'm saying to you. That's what is my view of the things. He gave me 1 project, I'm going to double it for him. Nature, Mother Nature, Gaia, and the universe gave me 1 project, I'm going to double it. Because that is I want it. That's what I want, that's what I feel like I have to do. That's my reward. And so that should be the reward of everyone. Not be lazy like the first or second, or not be afraid like the third one, and not be, relapsed. Because the number 4, he tried to do, he was employing people to do for him, but he didn't put his own effort on it. He was, trying to manage this, but not with himself, but he was trying to do it with other ones. Not with he was not sweating to do it. He was using the sweating of other people to do it. He was using the slaves to do it, not himself. You have to sweat yourself. It's your sweating that make the thing great. It's your energy in it that's going to make it great. So what I'm telling you is, if you want to accomplish what you want to do, if you want to be at the end of the journey feeling great and feeling the whole, the hermaphrodite card on you, you have to do it yourself. You have to go, you have to take all this experimenting and bring him to the world, to Gaia, and to the universe, and say, I did it my best. He is my sweating on it. This is my effort on it. And then you're gonna feel fantastic. You're gonna feel the whole. You're gonna take the plurality of your life, all the experiences you had, and be ready for the next step. You're going to be a stronger fetus to come out of the cliff as a foal again and start the journey again. That's what the lessons you have in life. When a doctor go to the theater on his table, operating table, and he failed, and he didn't manage to do his job, he goes out of that room feeling the worst being in the planet, because he was not able and capable to do his job. If he takes it as a lesson and learn and go to the books again and try to discover where he got wrong and what he has to do for the next step and the next patient, then he's gonna succeed, because he's gonna learn with his mistakes. And that's everything in life is like this. If you go to the cave and stay in the cave for the rest of our lives, you're never gonna learn. But if you do a mistake now and grab and embrace the lesson, oh, you're gonna be great. You're gonna be great, because you are facing your own devils, your own death moment, and embrace the judgment on you and say, yes, I made this, I felt in there, but I'm gonna succeed the next one. Remember, the judgment card is the one that you put everything as a puzzle and see every card that you played and make it the whole, and that's the whole you made in the world, the hermaphrodite dancing in the middle of the egg, ready to come out again for the next journey. I love the tarot cards. I love it. Major Arcana is something beautiful, and the other cards also, the cup and the pentacles and the sword, they are all great. But the Major Arcana is our reality, is our journey, is our life. And the Minor Arcana, it's our day-to-day things, or more linked to the kind of challenge you are facing. Okay, when in a spread, if the person asks for the whole pack, the tarot whole pack, Major Arcana and Minor Arcana, and normally the Minor Arcana means what is the struggle in that moment in time. Okay, if it's in love, or if it's money, if it's family, if it's the adventure you are taking in terms of business, etc. Because every pack has different. The sword, for example, is related to the family matters. Yeah, the pentacles related to career matter. The wand is related to adventures. Yeah, adventures you take in life, and the cups is related to your emotional life, your personal life in terms of love. Normally, it's not related to family. Family is the sword card. So, when you do the spread of the Major Arcana, is your destiny, is your life, your personal encounter in life. Is your own inner unconscious path. What is your taking in life? It's just you. It's not related to anyone else. It's you. Sometimes you think, oh, I'm too egocentric, yeah, selfish here. No, it's not. Because if you don't succeed in your personal journey, you're not going to succeed in the journey with your family, in your journey, career journey, in your adventure journey in this planet, in your family. If you don't achieve your personal goals, your inner goals, you're not going to achieve the other ones. As I said before, without you there is no others. I said that. So without you there is no others. So facing it, look at the Major Arcana as your personal path. You, as this card said, as the commenter on this book said, you were born alone. You are, unless you are twin, but you are born alone, you live alone, and you die alone. Even when you are born, you're born first or second, but you are born alone. The other one born first or second. And during your journey in earth, You all face our challenges alone. You can have help now and then, but you normally face it alone, and you're gonna die alone. You, two sides, two people inside you, two genders inside you, two realities inside you. Okay? Two opposites inside you. Is you. Female, male. Polarity. Negative and positive. It's always you. And when you come back again, you're gonna be you. I hope more wiser. I hope more wiser. So, if this card comes in your spread, that means accomplishment. You finish what you did. And if you are in the position of being born again, that means you manage to overcome everything. So it's a very good card. It's a very good card. It's the accomplishment. It's the end. It's the wholeness. It's embracing everything that you did. I say, I'm ready to step again and do another journey. And well done. Well done. Okay, it was a privilege for me to study this Major Arcana with you. I hope you enjoy also, and I hope you do good with this information. And then if you need to listen and listen again until it gets to your inner side. Okay? God bless you, keep you safe. And then I'm probably gonna do a spread with the Major Arcana. I don't know how I'm gonna do it because we as tarot reader, we are not allowed to open the cards for ourselves. So yeah, but I think will be good to open pretending that I have a client. Or if you want to be the person, yeah, just let me know. Okay, let me know. So I can open it. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it because I'm going to travel next Sunday. I'm going to spend about 10 days traveling. So I'm going to do some videos when I'm traveling. At the end of my journey there, about 10, 12 of May, I will be doing a video. I hope it's gonna be a little warmer where I'm gonna go, so I can do outside video. Okay? Okay, love. I hope you enjoy it. Yes, I hope you really took all the information inside you, and God bless you, keep you safe, and me also. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next video.